again.
We're back.
We're back. All right, so here's the plan. We're going to head back to the OhYouAteOne2 studios, and then we're probably going to end this and then go live again. But we're going to carry everybody on the way back, and we're just going to chat here as we travel. So I'm going to hand this over to Randy while I get going. And yeah.
Because we're going to be safe. There's nobody here.
So this is going to be awesome having Randy hook up to the wet rig at the studio, and he'll compare that to his Yamaha TRX, whatever XP 360.
It's THR 32.
Mark 7, Mark R5, whatever it is.
Right.
All right, make sure I got my wallet, got the phone there.
What's up, Nelson? Nelson Rodriguez.
What's up, Nelson?
Glad you're alive. Still on this side of the dirt.
Yep. No dirt naps for Nelson. Not today, anyway. All right, so that was a fun day.
Guitar safaris normally are. Maybe that place used to be a strip club. I don't remember.
I don't know. Could have been.
Oh, we got a couple more. Who else is here?
We got everybody filing back in. We should have just stayed live from from there.
Could have seen the inside of Ryan's pocket.
I didn't want anybody to see me playing pocket pool, so.
I was trying to make sure I didn't get anybody else on camera that's walking by over there. People get weird about that.
Yeah. All right, so this is, I guess depending on traffic, it'll be about a 30-minute ride or so, I guess. So, I guess Randy's going to monitor the chat, so if anybody's got anything to say or questions or anything, just shout them out.
There'll be more playing coming, guys.
Yeah, this will be the calm before the storm.
This is the Atlanta chapter of the OU crew Q&A session. How about that?
Just call, well, no, I won't say that. I was going to say, just call you last.
All right, well, that's been enough. I'm going to catch a MARTA over here back to my truck, and see y'all on the flip side.
Well, this was fun. We'll have to do this more often.
Absolutely.
It seemed to be a bit of a hit today, I guess. Always fun to kind of share a guitar safari.
You heard the same licks that I'm going to play tomorrow. Just in a guitar center and Big House Guitars.
But tomorrow it will be with wah, so it will sound completely different.
Right. Through a digital $500 practice amp.
Well, I do have a spare bedroom. You could always just spend the night and then, go live from the studio tomorrow.
Go live from the bathroom. How's this delay?
Yeah, sounds like you got some hall reverb going. No, it's just room.
Welcome to Atlanta.
Yep.
I don't know how people driving this every day. Can't do it.
If you get tired of everybody looking at you, you can switch it around. They can see the road. I know that'll be completely boring.
Right. Unless there's like a car chase or, some Quentin entertainment of like homeless people.
Right. Which we have seen today.
Yep. Guy had some arm slings made of like some old suspenders.
Yeah. Holding up a sign.
That he has a condition.
Got worse after his accident.
I don't really know what his condition is, but
jeez. So do we have anybody in the chat? How many we got?
4, 5.
4. Nobody wants to watch our ugly mugs this week.
Guess not.
Traveling.
We're doing this for you people. there's just a fat, bearded dude sitting here in a car. Well, two of them. He's there. It's not just me here. So if you want a Q&A session, now's a good time.
Well, we can talk about the guitars that we played today. Let's see. You played the Majesty. And
What's up, Raymond? What didn't you buy? A lot of stuff.
yeah, we didn't buy most of everything we saw. We did have a purchase made today. We're not going to say who it was or what it was, but when we get back to the studio, we will reveal what was brought back with us.
Somebody spent money today. It was
Somebody's-
either me or him, one of the two.
You know, technically, one of us made money today,
That's true too.
even with bringing a guitar home.
Yo, Alonzo, what's up, buddy?
Alonso, what's up?
So I played.
So the Majesty, you
Yeah.
didn't really care for the neck on it because it was finished.
Right. Other than that, I like the neck on the Majesty, but yeah, it's painted black, and I don't like that glossy, sticky
Yeah.
painted neck finish.
Were we live when you played the Jim Root?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I played that as well. That guitar was heavy for a Telecaster. I expected it to be a little bit lighter. Sounded good, but I don't know. It was a cool guitar. It was just one of those. It's like, not for me kind of
Yeah.
thing. So
It sounded about like anything else you put an EMG 81 in. Really modern, anything modern with EMGs.
yeah, it sounded good though with those Slipknot riffs you were doing and whatnot. It sounded really good.
Was that a dual or a triple rec?
I don't know. I didn't even look at the amp that you were playing through.
It was either a dual or a triple rectifier. I don't remember.
Yeah, those things are finicky. My buddy brought over a combo mess that he's got, and it's the one with the little dials, the EQ sliders on it.
Mark 4, Mark 5.
Yeah, one of those.
One of the Mark series.
Yep. And just one little tiny little change just completely changed the way the thing sounded.
Yep.
And it had like 857 switches on it, and each switch that you did, it's just like, nah, that's just too much for me.
When it comes to the boogie amps, I much prefer the Mark series over the rectifiers. I think the rectifiers really just do one sound, and they're oversaturated. Even with the gain knocked back around noon, 1 o'clock, they're still a little too saturated. So, and I guess that's the pro of the Mark series, having the graphic EQs, which I think the John Petrucci, the JP2C one, has 2 graphic EQs, so you can have an EQ on more than one channel.
Right. Yeah, it's got your main, bass treble or bass mid and treble, and then you got the EQ sliders.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one is before the power stage and one's before the preamp, one's after the preamp.
Yeah,
something
the
like
graphics after, I believe.
that. Yeah. So there's all kind of contours you can do with those amps. So then you played the Luke 4, which had the Goto Floyd on it.
Yep.
And that one was cool. I didn't get to play that one, I don't think, because it was a V-neck, and I was like, nah, not interested.
The V-neck, it's definitely a V-neck. Like you said, you can see the V shape,
Yeah.
but
It almost, to me...
it flattens out up.
Yeah, it almost looked like a Strandberg neck, where it was like flat, and then it kind of tapered down further.
Right.
So, that was kind of strange.
Yeah, it flattened out. I mean, the really hard V was, up in cowboy chord territory. But it flattens out as the higher you get up the fretboard. So it wasn't too bad, because I'm generally not a V-neck profile fan, especially real hard Vs like that. If it was a Strat with a V-neck, I would immediately put it down. But it sounded good. The pickups, the Music Man pickups that are in it, sounded really good. I couldn't play with the trim because they won't give you the bar.
Speaking of bars, the guitar that's coming home with one of us had a bar on it in the store, and then looking in the case, there was another bar in there. So we did a Joe Wentz TV project, and we got 2 bars.
2 bars for the price of one
For the
guitar.
price of one guitar. let's see. Then we also played the Pete Thorne, which
I don't think either one of us were impressed with
I
that.
wasn't impressed with it at all, really.
Nope.
Let's see, I need to go this way.
Nope.
It's all screwed up.
I was not expecting that Pete Thorne Sir to have a neck that's that big. You know, it wasn't any wider than, say, like a Charvel neck or something, but it was pretty chunky. I wasn't really expecting that.
How did I completely miss the exit there? It said go that way.
Ryan doesn't know how to get back to his house.
No, they completely
We're lost.
changed this area here.
Yeah.
And it's, yeah. Oh well. We may go a back route or something.
Well, they always, this area right here, they're always doing this, the non-stop, never-ending construction zone. Never ends out here.
Well, we'll see where this takes us. We'll flip around. So what was that comment?
Matt's Tube of View. Music stores can be frustrating. You go into one guarded yet, and then it went away. Hold on, I'll read it from my phone. You go into one guarded yet hopeful, and a lot of times can be disappointing for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't know. I've gotten where I don't really go into one expecting I'm going to walk out with something. Because, you know, the place we just left had a Silver Burst Les Paul. I don't remember what year it was, do you?
It was a 81, I think.
And yeah, so an 81 Silver Burst Les Paul. And you couldn't even really play it because the high E string was just laying on the frets. It's like, why is that even on the wall to be played? Fix that, then put it out there, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like when you go into Guitar Center or whatever, that's kind of how most of the stuff is. Nothing, you're really going to get that great of a grasp on, because it's most of the stuff's not really set up well, or if at all. You know, another thing, that Henrik Donhage, aka Willem Dafoe, Charvel, you could literally see the bow in the neck.
Yeah, we didn't show him that one.
From R2 asked about it, and he's like, "Is that a Willem Dafoe?" I'm like, "Yeah," but the strings are about 2 miles up off the frets.
Yeah, that's the same one that was there the last time I was there, and I picked it up and was like, "No, piece of crap."
Matt's Tube of View says my pet peeve is the necks that are bone dry.
Right. What was the one that had we went to Righteous Guitars.
Yep.
And as we were about to leave, Randy had them pull down. This was after we ended the live. He had them pull down a Phil Collins Jackson signature model. And I believe that was the smoothest neck I have ever felt.
Yep.
That thing was awesome.
$5,000 guitar, it needs to be.
Right? It better be.
The neck on that is actually fairly big as well. You know, I think it's fairly well known that Phil Collins has these monster, beyond baseball bat thick necks. And I was telling Ryan, I have a friend of mine that has one of his Phil Collins touring guitars from like 2011. And it's the biggest neck I've ever seen, but it's surprisingly comfortable. So,
like Quentin James's the Snuggle is Real Coffee, surprisingly tasty.
Right. But I guess the production run necks, they're still pretty beefy, but they're nowhere near as beefy as that one, you know, that personal one. But that guitar,
he plugged that guitar into a Soldano SLO100 from the 80s, and it was plugged into a Friedman cabinet, so we don't know what speakers were in there. But it was hard to get that thing dialed in, and we still couldn't get it to thump. And I guess that was the whole reason that they had, you know, added the depth mod to it, to get a little more thump, because, you know, we weren't blasting out at concert volumes there. The Soldano SLO100, you got to crank it to get it cooking.
Yep.
And at the lower volumes, we just couldn't get it to sound right. But the guitar sounded great.
Yeah, that guitar, for especially having a floating Floyd, was super, super resonant and really loud.
Mm-hmm.
How did that DeMarja sound? The Super 3 sounds good. They're kind of a darker sounding pickup. I've got a Super 3 in one of my Charvels. I really like it. But when you have an amp like in that old Soldano, and, you know, like the variable with the Friedman cab and whatnot. And I think that could have been a part of it as well, was that pickup being a darker voiced pickup. But I mean, it sounded good. It didn't sound bad. Just trying to dial it into that. Maybe should have picked a different amp.
Yeah.
But you know, I walked in there. I was like, oh, Soldano, yeah, plug it in, turn it on, let's go.
Let's go with that. Yeah. They had an oversized Friedman cab right next to the Friedman cab we were playing through, and it was literally probably at least 75% larger than a regular 4x12. You're like, what the heck is that for? It must have been, I think, that butter slacks, butterscotch or whatever. I don't know.
Bill Kelleher.
Yeah.
Who's also an Atlanta native.
Who does he? Oh, he's Mastodon. Yeah. But that cab was huge. Like,
yeah.
I don't have to tote that thing around.
No, it was bigger than an oversized rectifier too. Oversized rectifier cabinet.
Yeah, it was huge. I need that's what she said, but.
That's what she said.
So what else did we play today? Oh yeah, we played that Friedman Cali. That was nice. I really liked that one. Really resonant guitar. Played really well.
Yeah, that guitar had a vibe.
Yeah, it had some mojo to it. So after we went, as we were about to leave Guitar Center and we had closed down the live, I saw that they had a Steinberger Synapse, which is, I guess, the trans scale. It's like a baritone guitar with a movable capo on it. The capo didn't really move very well, and I guess that was one of the downfalls of those guitars. Plus, when I was, had my hand sliding up and down the neck, I was like, what the heck is this? And there's actual grooves in the neck right underneath the fingerboard for that capo to move, and it was just really uncomfortable. I didn't find it very cool at all.
Right.
I mean, it's a cool idea, but Trans Tram was a much better idea.
Oh yeah. Bo, Guitar Man 45. What's up, Bo?
What's up, Bo?
I wants to know, what's the adventure?
The adventure?
Yeah.
What's it mean? The whole day was an adventure.
Exactly. We went on a little guitar safari, Bo.
We were inspired by Charles 75N and Seth, guitar safari, and we figured, hey, let's get together and we'll have a whole day of adventure doing some guitar safari and see what we come up with. So we're now going to be going back to the OhYouAteOne2 studio, and Randy's going to plug into my rig, and he's going to get to play a Trans Tram Steinberger for the first time. So,
oh yeah,
we'll probably have to end this live on my phone and then go live from the studio. I don't know that there's a way that you can just pick it up from where you are. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Oh, one of us picked something up. You'll find out soon enough.
Oh, he's asking.
He goes, "It sounds cool. Did you guys pick anything up?"
Yeah. There's something that was picked up, and we'll reveal it in just a little while.
What else we got?
Got to make sure that it's all kind of set up properly and ready to go.
Sound System 504. The Les Paul Custom was the one that was the black Les Paul Custom was the one that was cutting out. The silver burst was fretting out at like the third fret up.
Yeah. That black Les Paul Custom is going to be on my mind for a while. That thing played great, sounded great, felt great, had a really good weight to it. I'm thinking probably no more than a little over 9 pounds, if that. And that thing it felt and sounded fantastic. I'm going to be thinking about that one for a couple of days.
Where's the food? We ate the food like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, we don't go live while we're eating,
yeah,
like some of these other jokers.
No, not gonna let you watch me eat a burrito at Chipotle. Sorry.
It did cost us $25. So hey guys, if anybody would like to super chat and pay for our lunch, it was $25. Maybe Caleb will come on and feel generous.
Right. Zach Thorne, what's up, Zach? Oh, Andy Carson in the house. Where's the beef? How do you know?
I don't know.
How did you know? How did you know?
I don't know where the beef is, but we got some pork right behind us. Oh no, it's just somebody with running lights. Looked like a cop behind us there for a minute. So how many we got in here now? We got 18?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we've been going on and off live all day today. I guess 3 or 4 times now. So if anybody's just jumping in now and you missed any of the other stuff, you can go back and watch some of the stuff that we saw. But anything else that we saw that was interesting?
What's up, Mitch Heyman?
Mitch, what's up, dude?
What else do we have?
Played the Pete Thorne guitar. We talked about that. Yeah, I mean that was. I think I said it as I was playing it. It's like any other sewer that I've played. It was so well put together and so perfect. It just didn't seem like it had any kind of personality or soul to it.
No. I didn't like the pickups in that Pete Thorne either. The single coils are like really weak.
What's that comment?
Andy said I didn't know if I needed to head that way.
How long did it take you to get here, Andy?
About
3 hours?
About an hour and a half.
OhYouAteOne2 Studios will be open for the next little while. As soon as we get there.
Yeah, I didn't like the pickups in that Pete Thorne. The single coils were super weak. It was the HSS variant. And the humbucker, I mean, it was like PAFE, but I don't know, it lacked something. It was lacking something.
Well, and too, that could be the amp that we were playing through. We may plug it into a Friedman BE100 or, my 5150 at home, and it would be a completely different story. It might have a whole different feel to it. Might react differently to a different amp. Who knows?
Right.
But I think, and that's a lot of times why when I'm looking at a guitar, first thing I'll do is I'll play it acoustically. I won't even plug it in. A lot of times I've even bought guitars without plugging them in because I could tell that they would be winners.
Andy said it'd take an hour.
An hour?
And Alonzo says, bro, let me go over and play your rig with a crying face.
$25 admission fee.
It's like a carnival.
Right?
You want to play the games, you got to pay.
And you got to be at least this high to get on the ride.
Can't be a stack of dimes, sorry.
Oh man, this is going to take a little while, it looks like.
Gretch says, I live in a small town. The guitar store here only has like 5 guitars at a given time. I understand that.
That's got to be disappointing. There's a guitar store that's literally, I could walk to it from my house, but it's one of these that rents, band instruments and that kind of thing. And they got like 5 guitars on the wall. So it's just disappointing to even just go in there. All right, we're going to have to bypass some of this, so I'm going to go around a different way here. This is just ridiculous. Turn the thing around so they can see what we're... I mean, this is worse than Santa Cruz.
Right, all you Cali people bitch about the I-5. Welcome to I-75.
Yeah, we're going to do a little bypass. Go the back way.
Right here. Martian Murray says, I've bought without plugging in too. If it feels good, it is good.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And pickups, you can change those. If you get it home and you're like, I don't like the pickups, you can change those. But it's a special guitar that I've found that has that, just kind of that feel to it, that resonance. And, just, you get the good vibrations from it. No pun intended.
Traffic is bad everywhere. Yeah.
What the hell is this guy doing?
He doesn't know. This is the same shit I deal with when I come up here because I get off at this exit to go to the Ford Training Center.
Yeah.
It's always a nightmare. Always. And there's always somebody that's sitting there, with a big sign that says keep moving, and they never do.
Right. Like getting back on 400 up there.
It's like the Don Valley Parkway in Toronto.
Go.
It's the pedal on the right, people. Hear all that raw power?
All that forward power.
V8, baby. Now we're going to drift the corner.
I used to come through here on my motorcycle dragging a knee all the way through here.
Oh, I bet.
So who else is in the chat? We got 18.
We got Zach Thong.
What's up, Zach?
We got Raymond.
Is that Raymond Bozak?
Yeah, Raymond Bozak.
Welcome, Raymond. Good to see you.
Got
man.
Andy Carson.
Andy.
Mitch Heyman.
Mitch.
Martian Murray.
Alonzo
Guardia.
Alonzo, right on.
Gretch Zeppelin.
Let's
see.
Did you hear my my crucifixion of Moby Dick? I couldn't remember how to play it.
Hit Metalworks has just arrived again.
Yep.
And we got Matt's Tube of View.
Matt's Tube of View, welcome.
Sound System 504.
Sound System 504. All familiar faces.
Nelson Rodriguez was in here earlier. He's alive.
Right.
But he's above the dirt. Andy says, good thing there's a Ford mechanic on board.
Right.
Alonzo says you should do a subscribers or members only meetup. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing something like that. We had a couple of shows that we did where we had announced that after the show, any members could jump in and we'd hang out. We'll start doing that again. We've also got the Discord. You know, I could do some if there's more than 10 people that want to jump in. We may have to go over to Discord and do some video stuff over there. But that will require people actually joining the Discord to be able to do that. But yeah, we'll start to do some things like that.
If you didn't know, there's an OhYouAteOne2 Discord.
Yeah.
Nobody ever goes in it.
Link should be in the description below this video. There should be, I think, a link for joining the channel membership, a link for the Discord, an address you want to send me, written out hate mail or something like that. It should all be in the description.
The curmudgeon has joined.
John.
He says, "Holy Christ!" And I don't swear. R2, R3, locking nut.
R2.
Hello?
R3.
R2, R3, locking nut?
Locking nut.
Sup, brah? R2 said Guitar Center has some killer guitars.
Yeah, that was one of the good ones, the Atlanta location. And a lot of them are hit and miss. The one over by me here in Marietta and Kennesaw, they've got some pretty good stuff from time to time. But that's the big one there, the Atlanta one. They've got the nice platinum room with the high-end stuff if you're looking for that kind of thing.
Yeah, the Guitar Center over in Lawrenceville, which is the one closest to me, is not that good.
Mm-hmm.
They rarely have anything. The platinum rooms usually got like 10 guitars in it. It's the same ones that's been there forever.
Because nobody's buying them. Right,
and then all the other stuff is just like, man. John wants to know my thoughts on the Petrucci wah. Well, I have two of them. They both sound different, which means I need to take the back off the newest one and see if the trim pods have been messed with. That or the first one I got was just screwy, I don't know. But I missed my window to return it. So I have two of them.
Idiot. I've been calling Randy an idiot all day because he's been talking about selling his Ernie Ball Music Man EVH. So.
Is that one or the exotic I'm looking at? The exotic what? Dancers? Male dancers? I'd go with the wah.
understand that Friedman has a wah as well.
Do they?
I think so. And I've heard good things about it. Or maybe it's one that he endorses.
Is it the custom audio electronics wah?
No, I'd have to look and see.
Because that was the other wah I was looking at, was the CAE.
I think it was. Is Jimmy Biter here?
No, I haven't seen him.
If he pops in, we'll need to ask him what wah that he has, because I think that might be the one I'm thinking of.
Alonzo, I already regret it because I sold it like 2 years ago. He's telling me not to sell my EVH Music Man. Too late, bro.
Long gone. Thus, why we calling him an idiot.
Yeah, R2 says Friedman does have a wah.
Okay. I've heard really, really good things about that one. I was pretty sure it was a Friedman wah. I see, I think Jerry Cantrell has a wah, and I think he changed over to the Friedman wah. I don't know.
Well, they put another edition of the Cantrell wah out last year. He's got like one of the variations of the wahs where it's got the Q dial you can adjust.
Right.
I think his adjusts the lower frequency.
Mm-hmm. So you don't get that screechy,
Right.
kind of high end.
Nelson says, let me tell you about my GC. The lights were on so high in the platinum room the tech had to do a refret. I can tell, and it's still priced the same. Sounds about right. So John says Petrucci, Friedman, or exotic then. Well, here's the benefit of the Petrucci wah. If you take the back cover off, you've got 6 trim pots that are all the EQ that's on the Crybaby rack wah. And then it's got a volume boost / gain boost that you can adjust. I forget how many dB it is, but it's got that. So if you don't like the stock Petrucci rack wah settings, you can change all of that to whatever you like. Yes, Alonzo, I had that's the reason I bought the Petrucci wahs, because I had a Tremonti wah, Morley Tremonti wah, and after I repaired it about 14 times from having it since like 2004, it finally gave up the goat. They don't make them anymore. So
Is it goat or ghost?
I always thought it was giving up the goat.
I've always heard giving up the ghost.
I don't know.
Like it let its soul out. I don't know.
Giving up the greatest of all time. I don't know. Look up. I feel like that's going to go bad.
What's that?
Sean Hockey told me to look up. So thanks for the sub. Much appreciated. You're welcome, bro.
What's up?
I subbed to Sean Hockey.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Alonzo got his Tremonti wall on reverb, brand new. Yeah, I actually like the Morleys because they cut off as soon as you take your foot off of them. You don't have to rock it back forward and make sure you engage the switch and it's turned off.
Right.
But the Tremonti wall is cool. It's got like a 20 or 25 dB gain boost you can dial in on it as well, which, in case you're interested, Mark Tremonti has his gain boost at 3 o'clock on his wall. So
does it increase if you turn clockwise?
yes. Well, no, the way it starts out, I guess 7 o'clock will be no boost, and 5 o'clock will be all the way up.
Okay. Gotcha.
He keeps his at 3. Andy says, I may have a new guitar day next week.
Ooh.
What you buy? What you buying?
Andy had a new guitar day a week or so ago with
He got his Craig new guitar day.
yeah, he never shared any pictures or anything.
Yep, R2 was showing off his Bad Horsey, the Liberty Edition. Alonzo says Mark Tremonti is like my hero. Also have his signature SE.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alonzo's got the PRS.
Alonzo, I'll have some Mark Tremonti stories I'll have to tell you. So at some point.
You've met Mark Tremonti before?
A lot, to say the least. So, one of my cousins, older cousins, was a promoter with what the hell was that record label Creed was signed? Wind Up. She worked with Wind Up Records, and when Wind Up signed Creed, she became one of Creed's like personal promotions team, which at the time, Creed I think was like the only band on Wind Up. But so I got to meet those dudes way back, 98, 99, whatever that was. I was a kid. But ended up forming a little bit of a relationship with Mark and them for a while, and then they broke up, and then Alter Bridge came out, and ended up meeting Tim Turnier, who is Mark Tremonti's, now he's Mark Tremonti, Alter Bridge, Seven Dust, he's all those guys' managers. He may be managing Wolfgang as well at this point. If Wolfgang's on Janus Music Management, that's Tim. But Tim used to run, he used to do all the instructional videos when Mark Tremonti really did that Fret 12 site. And he ended up becoming, like, he was his guitar tech for a while and all that stuff. So lots of hangs with Mark Tremonti.
That's cool.
Nelson says, one time I parted ways with an orange Kramer Assault. So Les Paul style Kramer, and a month later I walked back into Guitar Center, and I guess they had water damage. A sprinkler went off overnight. And what? We're waiting.
What's that one say?
That's Alonzo. He says, dude, Seven Dust, Alter Bridge, and Tremonti are my favorite bands.
Right on.
Seven Dust guys are great guys too. I wonder if Nelson's finishing his story.
He's typing a whole nother paragraph.
Right. He typed till he ran out of characters, so now he's got to finish it.
And
your Kramer Assault was in Guitar Center and got rained on by the sprinkler system. I don't know.
Anxiously awaiting.
While we sit at the light. Oh, we're moving now. Oh, there it is. The sprinkler went off overnight and messed up my old orange Kramer, the hardest of the water spots all over my old guitar, and they left the price the same.
Ugh.
How nice of them. That sounds about right, Nelson. It really does.
Yeah, after things started coming back a little bit after COVID, I mean, you couldn't go into a Guitar Center and find a guitar on the wall. I mean, there were some, but it literally would be like 8 guitars that were in there. They had no stock.
Yep.
So I went into one in Marietta here, and they had it was a road-worn purple Telecaster, and I had been looking for a purple Telecaster. And it was used, and I think brand new. When those guitars sold, they were just a little over $1,000, I think, if I remember correctly. And this one, the fretboard, I mean, it looked like you could probably put some glue under there and glue it back down, but the fretboard was coming loose from the neck. And they were asking like $950 for it. Like, you guys are crazy. I think probably because it sat in that store with no proper humidification or something. He's freaking split.
Alonzo says, Brandy, that's so awesome. I've seen Mark play live twice. One time front row, and it was surreal. I wish I could meet him in person one day. He's pretty easy to do that. Find the tour buses and wait around, which he does the VIP stuff, and he does the guitar masterclass for most of his shows too. But if you don't want to pay money to meet him, he's really, really good about, which all those guys are, coming out by the buses after the shows and taking pictures and signing autographs and talking to people. Rarely ever have I. None of the times I've been around them, I mean, they go out there and they'll be out there for an hour and a half signing autographs, taking pictures, and talking to people. So go find the tour buses at wherever venue you see them at and go hang out by the buses after the show. And you probably have a pretty good shot of getting to talk to him.
Oh, all right, everybody. We have just about reached our destination, so we will be signing off here and getting prepared, and we'll see everybody live back in just a little bit. And we'll go live with Randy playing from the studio. So we'll see everybody in just a bit.
Word.
See yous.
Later.